Sunlight fading on your skin, like it knew where we had been. Summer trembling in the dark, before the breaking of our hearts. We were dancing in the glow, didn't think we'd ever know how a perfect sky could start, hiding cracks inside the heart. We were fearless, we were young, singing songs unsung. In the golden hours before we fell apart, you were holding on my heart. Every laugh and every spark, lighting up the coming dark. We were timeless, we were free, everything we'd never be. Now I trace it in my mind, golden hours left behind. Your shadow stretching next to mine, like love would unrun time. We were written in the sand, dreaming we would always stand. But the sunset always knows how the story goes. In the golden hours before we fell apart, we were fire in the dark. Every promise felt so true, like the sky was painted blue. Now the colors slowly fade into choices that we made. Still I see you when I start, golden hours before we fell apart. If I could live one day again, before the distance settled in, I'd memorize your every breath, before love turned into regret. The sun went down without a sound, and silence was all we found. In the golden hours before we fell apart, we were closer than the stars. Every touch was like a flame, never thinking love could change. Though the daylight couldn't stay, and the warmth just slipped away, there's a place inside my heart where it's always golden. Evening falls, the sky turns blue, but the light still shines on you. Somewhere safe beyond the dark, golden hours before we fell apart. Guitar strings still out of tune, dust floating in this empty room. Your voice lingers in the air, like you're almost standing there. We were writing something real, every chord was how we feel. Half a verse and half a dream, nothing's ever what it seems. We said we'd finish it someday, but someday slowly slipped away. This is the last song we never finish, hanging on a fragile sentence, melody with that bled into the page like love trapped inside a cage. We were harmony and flame. Now I only hear your name. This is the last song we never finished. Broken chords and faded wishes. Every promise in between. Everything we might have been. If I play it soft and slow, I can almost feel you close. But it ends before it leaves. The last song we never finished. If I could find the missing line, the one that made your heart meet mine, maybe we'd still be in key instead of lost in memory. One more strum and then it fades, like the love we couldn't save. This is the last song we never finished. Echo dreams and distant limits. Every tear inside the rhyme, frozen somewhere out of time. Though the silence fills the room, I still play our broken tune. But it trembles as it ends. The last song we never finished. Guitar strings softly drift, carrying a final shift. Some songs don't get their wish. The last song we never finished. Old box underneath my bed, dust and words we never said. Shaking hands, I open up memories I can't interrupt. There we are in summer light, laughing like we own the night. Frozen smiles and fragile frames before we learned about goodbye and blame. Every color slowly turns to rust, like promises that turn to dust. These are fading Polaroids of us, moments wrapped in fragile trust. Every picture tells a lie of love that never thought to die. And now the edges curl and bend, like a story at its end. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids of us. Your lipstick mark on paper white, captured in a flash of light. We were reckless, we were young, believing forever had just begun. But time has hands that pull apart every corner of the heart. These are fading Polaroids of us, turning gold and turning rough. Every memory out of focus now. Still I don't know when or how we went from holding on so tight to strangers in the night. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids of us. If I could step inside that frame before we ever change, light and then it's gone. But somehow I'm still holding on. These are fading Polaroids of us. Every tear and every touch, though the ink begins to blur, your shadow still occurs in every picture that I choose. There's a version I still lose. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids of us. I close the box and kill the light, but memories survive the night. In every frame I can't adjust. Fading Polaroids of us. There's a silence in the room tonight, soft as shadows, dim as light. Every breath feels incomplete to the echoes of a quiet heartbeat. Your sweater hanging by the door, like you're walking like before. Dust is dancing in the air, but you're no longer there. We were closer than the rain, falling through an open pane. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, slow and breaking underneath. Every second without you feels too heavy to get through, like a rhythm out of time, missing half of every line. Still it plays on repeat, echoes of a quiet heartbeat. I still sleep on your side of the bed, with all the words we never said. The clock keeps ticking loud and deep, while I'm pretending I can sleep. We were fire in the cold, now just stories left untold. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, soft and shattered in defeat. Every memory replays in 1,000 different ways, like a song without a key, lost in silent melody. Still it pulls me to my feet, echoes of a quiet heartbeat. If I could turn the night around, I'd stop the silence from the sound and let your pulse meet mine again, instead of living in the end. In the hush before the dawn, I feel you though you're gone. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, still surviving in retreat. Every tear I try to hide falls in rhythm deep inside, though the world moves at of a quiet heartbeat. Morning light through broken blinds leaves your ghost inside my mind, and every breath I softly keep echoes of a quiet heartbeat. Soft rain on my window tonight, a tired moon fading out of sight. Your shadow lingers on my wall, like you never left at all. I found your picture in a drawer. Perfume still whispers like before. Every word we never said keeps echoing inside my head. We were dancing on borrowed time, crossing every fragile. These are midnight letters never sent, full of love and accident. Every tear between the lines, every almost every why. I still write your name in the dark on the pieces of my heart, but the truth is hard to face. Some words never find their place. Coffee cup still on the shelf, like it's waiting by itself. I trace the silence in this room.